Good morning. This is Sue Sheets from Stampin' with Sushi, and I'm here in Jacksonville, Illinois, ready to go with showing you how to put together the card of the week. But the other thing I thought you might find interesting is if you're here, you know my business page is called Stampin' with Sushi. And where did I ever get the idea to call it Stampin' with Sushi? Well, my full name is Sue Sheets, and if you say it really fast, Sue Sheets, sushi, it sounds like sushi. So I do remember the very first time that I decided to have a class, almost 18 years ago. I sent out a little information flyer saying, come stamp with sushi, and people were like, how do you stamp with sushi? And I've also, my husband 1 year for my birthday gave me a personalized license plate that says Sushi 60. And I've had people yell at me, hey, do you like sushi? Where can we get some? So anyway, I thought that was kind of fun and to let you know a little bit about why I call myself Stampin' with Sushi. So let me switch the camera. Good morning, Donna. And we will get started with the card. So I'm going to quickly review the supplies you needed. Card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. That's a standard one. A second color, 4 by 4, and I chose this Nail Mail designer paper. A third, a neutral that will not show, at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then your little 1 by 1/2 inch strips in 3 different colors. Coordinating ribbon, and I'm going to use the ribbon that comes in this suite, and a saying and embellishments. All right. Good morning, Susan. So I'm going to take these off right now. And what we're going to do is start with this, your 3 3/4 neutral that's not going to show. Now, I don't know if you remember on Tuesday when I mentioned the card, I said that my daughter and I made a quilt together back in, when was it? March, I think. And I looked at the zigzag design of the quilt and thought, well, maybe I can do a card like that. And this is the card I came up with. And then I thought, well, if I did it, maybe other people would like to do it. So I'm going to bring my 3 piles up here. And I'm going to be using Tombow glue to put these on. So I'll use the small end of the glue. So it really doesn't matter what you start with, but put some glue on the back of your strip number 1 and put it in the left-hand corner. And you're kind of doing it in blocks of 2. So then I'm going to take this pink and put it right next to it. And one of the reasons to do this separately is, like, if your edges aren't perfect, you can trim it up after you're done before you put it on your card. All right, and now, if you'll notice, so I've done this section right here, and when you sew it as a quilt, these are your blocks. So you have some blocks that are 2 colors and some blocks that are the other 2. And so I am going to do my 3rd color and put it this way. And now I'm going to start with the zigzag by taking this color and put it like this. And you can see how the zigzag is starting. And the way I like to do it is just do it all the way across. There. Okay, so now we want this to form a zigzag. So we're going to put this one here. And now we can go back to this. No. Oh gosh, I'm glad I've got this little map in front of me. All right, so we're going to go like this. You have to remember, think in twos. And once you make one of these, then that's your map if you want to do more. But I think this is the perfect design to use up tiny little scraps. If you're like me and you'd hate to have any waste, it's perfect. Just cut a 1-inch strip and cut them off into half-inch pieces, and there you go. You've got enough for another card. And if you're just watching this morning and you actually want to make it with me, you can come to the Zoom. Hi, Joanne. Come to the Zoom class tonight where I'll be making a different one. Okay, so now I need my last two, and I want to make this a zigzag. So this one will go here, and my second color will go on top of it, and it won't fit perfectly. The one I need to make sure fits perfectly is the bottom one. So I'll put the bottom one on first. Once you get a couple of rows on, it's kind of obvious what you have to do, but I think the first few, so that one's going to go right there, are harder. And you do know that your first two strips are going to go vertical. Your next two are going to go horizontal. Vertical, horizontal. That helps too. And then, of course, you can imagine probably the next row will reverse that. Okay, so there's your first row. So now we want this to form a zigzag. So instead of being vertical, it's going to be horizontal. I'll start with this one. Maybe. It'll go that way, and then the one underneath it will be this. I'm going to lay them out before I actually put them together. All right, so now we want the zigzag for the next square, so it'll have to be this one. And then we want this to be forming a zigzag, so it'll be this one. Now they're going to be horizontal, so we want this one here because it's forming a zigzag. And then this one will go underneath it, so it continues to form a zigzag. And then our last square will be going vertical, and so we want that should go out there. So this one is going to go here. All right, I'm going to get these glued down now. I hope you're seeing the zigzag forming. Now, I really like this glue, and I've kind of learned the amount to put on there, but I don't care. I still get messy. Something about me and glue. Don't know what it is. There we go. I think it's harder to do this with a runner, a tape runner, because sometimes you do need to kind of like push your shape into place. All right, so forming the zigzag. It's a lot of tiny little pieces, but it's not hard to put together, and I think it makes like a stunning result. Come on, glue. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I'm going to go get a block really fast. There. I've put it on a block so I don't have this humongous mess. So this goes right here. And now that the zigzag is starting, you can realize where you have to put your pieces and what piece goes next. until it really gets started, it is a little bit confusing. So I know that this has to go here because these are vertical ones. I mean horizontal ones. That goes there. Get a little bit of glue off of here. Now this one is going to go here. This glue supposedly dries clear, so that will help me. And I'm just going to fill in every little corner because it can be trimmed later. Okay, see it's coming? All right, so now the first thing I'm going to do is one of these, and it's going to be up and down vertical. Come on. And then I'm going to have to do one of these, right? And then I'm going to have to do one of these. And then I'm going to have to do another one of these. See how it's growing? And then one of these. Hi, Pam. And one of these. And one of these. Okay, looks like we're on the next to the last row here. So I'm going to get these glued. So what's it like where you guys are today? It's dreary right now, but I say at least it's not snowing, which it did a couple of days ago. And then I think it's tomorrow, either tomorrow or next Tuesday, it's supposed to be 80. So in Illinois, it is absolutely crazy. You don't know from day to day what your weather is going to be like. You don't know how to dress in the morning. I usually dress in layers this time of year. Figure I can take the layers off if it gets warm. And we have ceiling fans in all of our rooms, which is very helpful. I have a dishcloth type thing that one of my sisters made me that's made with really rough yarn so that it sort of acts like a Brillo pad or something. And so when I'm done working with glue, I wash my hands with that because this glue sticks well, including on your hands. And so I use that to clean up. Now, I don't know if any of you have watched and heard me talk about the first online class I'm going to be doing in May, but I've been giving little hints all week. It's going to be called Get to Know Your In Colors, and it's featuring the new In Colors from the new Stampin' Up! Catalog, which goes live on May 4th. And so on Monday, I showed the colors with the cardstock. And on Tuesday, I showed the stamps set that I'm going to be using. Let's see, this has to be this, going like this. Okay. And on Wednesday, what did I show? Oh, I showed the extra things that are in the catalog that are in color. And then yesterday, I showed one of the cards, and it is a card that shows every single one of the in colors in a card. And so today I'm going to show you one of the in color cards and then come back on Monday and I'm going to explain all about the class. You know, what you get, how much it costs, how to join it. And I'm really excited. I've never done anything like this before, but I like my cards and how they turned out, and I think they're a really great way to see what the new in colors look like together and apart. So if you're interested, come back Monday to see exactly what is involved and how you can be a part of the class. I like to have in-person classes, but I'm just not ready to do that yet. When the weather is nicer, I'm thinking about having some in my driveway when everybody could be outside. I usually, when I had classes on a regular basis, I had them in my home. We kind of converted some of our rooms to be my stamping rooms. And so our old living room, I call my studio, and that's where I held all my classes. Okay, there we go. There is the zigzag. Isn't that the cutest thing? And so what, I think I need to put something right here, don't I? I don't even know if I have enough left over. What would go there? This would go there. And what would go next to it? This, I think. Is that right? I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself. Or does this go here? And this go here? That's how it goes. So I'll just get a little bit of this glued on there, because I'm going to cut most of it off anyway. But I really don't like that gap in there. So this goes in here. And the way I could tell that is I looked at this zigzag color, and this was inside it. So here's that zigzag color. That has to be inside it. And then this will go on the outside part. And I'm actually going to give this a little bit of a chance to dry, because when I cut it, if it's wet, it's not going to cut the same if it's a little bit dry. There. Oh yeah, Joanne said I need a horizontal piece. She's right. Thank you, Joanne. Joanne happens to be my sister that lives in New Hampshire, and we both realize how cool it is to be able to talk to each other through social media, when before COVID, we hardly talked and we hardly saw each other, just once a year at the family reunion. All right, so what I will do then is trim this off when this is dry, glue it on top of the background, and glue it here onto the, no, before I glue it onto the card, then I'm going to take my ribbon and wrap it around like this. So basically, I've shown you how to do the zigzag. And what I would love to do is, because as soon as I'm off this video, I will create a spot, put your zigzag cards here, and have you guys place your zigzag card there. And then I will place my finished product. So what do you think? I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you think it's fun. Now I want to show you what I have done for, so this is the card that I showed the other day that is using all the in colors together and using the jewels, and I did do an embossed piece. So in your card pack, I can emboss, I can cut out dies, I just can't stamp. The stamps are copyrighted to Stampin' Up!, and so I can't sell those to you, but I can sell the kits. So this is the card that will be in your kit that shows all the new colors. And this is the card that I've created for each one of the new in colors. So this is the new in color right here. It's called Fresh Freesia. And what I've done for this card is I've taken all the other purples that we have in our collection to show you what this Fresh Freesia color looks like and how it will go with so many of the other colors we already have in our collection. I'll just give you a quick look at the other ones. So this is the polished pink and all the other pinks that I could find, and I think I have coral in there, and how well they go together. Then this is pale papaya, and so I took all the oranges and put them as the background so you could see what the that looked like. And so all these cutout pieces you're seeing and all these little strips of paper are going to be in your kit. And then it was a little bit harder with the greens because I didn't want to put any color for flowers in there. So there were quite a number that were leaves. So I put the leaves on there, and I think I forgot to glue a couple of the leaves that I was going to have on this one. And then, so I took, for this card, I took like the dark greens we have, because we have a slew of greens. And then for this card, I took the lighter, like bluer greens and put them on there. So anyway, that gives you an idea of all the things that are going to be in your kit. But come back Monday for even more details, especially details on how you can sign up. So have fun making your own zigzags, and then come back Monday, because Monday I'll start again with a simple card, and my focus for next week is going to be the latest paper pumpkin kit, which I just got. It's the ice cream, no, what's it called? I love how their name is on the box. It's called So Cool, and it coordinates with the Ice Cream Corner designer paper. So come back on a Monday for a simple card. Have a great weekend, and hopefully you can find some time for stamping, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.